Hey everybody, I'm Daryl from Pisgah Gem in Hendersonville, North Carolina. We're a gem mine. We do great panning for gems and minerals, but we also do panning for gold, and that's what we want to talk to you on today's video. Now we've got a couple of different choices for you if you'd like to order from us or come in and pick it up. This is the Prospector. It's about a gallon of mining material. It has real North Carolina gold in it. We also have one called the Old Timer, and the Old Timer is a little bit bigger. It's got more gold in it. It also, both of them come with a kit, if you can see it in the top there. A little gold glass vial, a little sniffer to pick up the gold, and some tweezers. So that comes with each bag that you purchase. Now, if you're going to do gold panning, if you come into the store, we have all the materials, all the tools that you need. If you're at home, you may have to go purchase some, or you can order them from us online. Two of the things you'll want to use, a pan, a gold pan. This is a 14-inch. This is a 10-inch. The 10-inch for me is better because it's lighter in your hand. It's easier in a sluice. The big one's really good in the river. It tends to be a little easier on your arms. It doesn't wear you out quite as fast. With the gold pans, let me show you a couple of important parts of it. If you can see, in the big one, you see the rings, the ridges around the edge. Well, this one has 2 ridges, and on the other side, it has about 10 smaller ridges. These are the places that you'll catch gold as you're panning. So you want to use those. You try not to use this flat part here. Use the ridges. Motion that you use, a lot of people will swirl. A lot of people will do like this, all different stuff. You can do whatever you want to. You just need to put vibration into this pan with the water. The vibration will cause the gold to sift and settle down to the bottom. It's heavier than anything in there. It will always go to the bottom. Nice little trick I've learned is you can take this as with the material in it, kind of tap it against your hand, and it will force any of the gold to go into this ridge right here. If you can see that, that's where you want to look for your gold. Be there 9 times out of 10. The rest of the time, if you're going too fast, it may get caught in these ridges up here. One other piece of other tool you might want to use, this is called a classifier. It's a bowl with a wire bottom. This is an 1/8 inch. It's great. It'll let the sand go through, keep any pebbles or nuggets. And you'll want to take your sand, put it through this, and put it in the water, sift it out, just to get the big material out. It makes it a lot easier to pan. If you don't have one of these, you can go steal your wife or your mom's colander out of the kitchen. Ask her first. It'll do the same thing. I'll show you how to use that. So let's see. Now something I'm going to do, and you'll want to do at home, you can set this up in like a Rubbermaid tote if you want to. You need some still water, but you'll want a big pan. I'm going to use this 14-inch gold pan. You can use a 9x13 cake pan or something like that. Put something heavy in it. Because I'm a gem mine, I'm going to use a piece of beautiful crystal, but I'm going to use this pan to go and sit on the bottom of my water pan so that I can catch the sand as I pan. In case I miss something, I can go back and research it. Okay? You can use anything to weight it down. Don't use your mom's shoe. She'll get mad and it floats, so it doesn't work. So now I have my pan. I'm going to put my classifier inside it. And I measured out some of the gold ore. I'm just going to dump it into my classifier. Put this whole thing down in the water just a little bit. Get some water in it. I don't know if you can see that or not. But when I shake this, all the sand goes into my pan. And it leaves the bigger gravel in here. You want to make sure to look through that to make sure there's not any gold nuggets. You'd hate to miss one of those in your classifier. I don't see anything, so we're going to get to panning. Now this is a 10-inch pan again, and I'm going to put it about 1/3 of the way full of water with my sand in the bottom. You want enough water to make your sand float. Then just start shaking it. Give it a couple of minutes. If you, like I said, you're going to go around or whatever you can. You want to give that sand time to come up and the gold time to sink down. And if you're watching it, if you can see, it's a little muddy here, but the bigger pieces of sand are coming to the top as I shake it. Now I'm going to tap it against my hand, and any gold that's in there is going to work to that front edge that I showed you just a minute ago. Happens every time. You can do this really fast. First couple of times, you're going to think it's going to take forever. When you realize you can trust the gold to sink, it gets a lot faster. Now, once I've done that for a little bit, and I've shaken it up good, I got all the sand out, I'm going to start clearing it out. And what I'm going to do is take my pan at about a 30-degree angle, put it down in the water, pull it straight up. Down, straight up. Do not do this. If you try to shovel your sand off the end, it's exactly what will happen is the sand will shovel off the end and take the gold right with it. So you want to tap it down, get it all to the front. We want to get rid of the sand that's on top. And the way you do that is by going right up and down. It takes off the top layer of material. If I've done everything right, my gold is sitting right there on the very bottom. So I'll let a lot of that go, and then I'm going to go back and shake it again just to make sure I didn't go too fast. Each time you do this, the bigger sand's going to go off the top and leave finer sand. You'll end up with what's called black sand and gold in the bottom. See how much finer that sand is? Can you tell that? So I'm going to shake it again. Now we're going to wash it. And see, I'm washing it into my blue pan under there, so if I miss any, I'll be able to find it. Now if you can look, if you'll see, the sand is kind of hanging up the edges here. If you do it right and you go and you do it by tapping it, what will happen is the gold will be in this ridge. And if you look really close, can you see in the corner there? I've already found some gold there. I need to get rid of the rest of this material though, so let me shake it again. The tapping's sort of like if you're in a car and somebody hits the brakes and your head goes towards the windshield. Well, that gold's going to the front of that pan. Now let's get rid of the rest of this material. It's getting lighter, lighter. There's a lot of gold in, man, there's a lot in that little sample. All right. Now, as you get better, you can do this and get it down to where there's absolutely no sand left and just gold. But to begin with, if you see gold, I'd use my little sniffer and pick it out of there so you don't risk losing it. When you get down to this much, you can take, can you see that really good? I got a little bit of water in there and I'm just gonna start swirling it around. And because the sand is heavier, it'll tend to move away from the gold. So I'm swirling it, swirling it. There, if you can see, there's a piece of gold there, there. There's 5 pieces of gold. That's called placer gold. And that's a pretty good amount for one scoop. I'm kind of pleased. I think you'll find that in every bag that we've got, you'll have plenty of gold. It's a lot of fun. It takes a little time to begin with. Don't give up if you get frustrated. Don't forget you've still got your pan down here that you can go back through it. So that's Gold Panning 101 at Pisgah Forest Gem Mine. Hope you have a great day. Come mine with us. Thank you very much.